Hello friends, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Deepanjali Arora. So today we are going to discuss what happens when the new moon occurs, and it is coming in the sign of Aquarius on 12th February 2021. And then we'll also do a pick a card reading for the same. But first let's understand what a new moon means. A new moon is a sign for new starts, new beginnings. It's a sign. It's a time when we can begin with our manifestations, with our intentions. You can. It's a time to attract positivity in our life because moon will soon start to wax. And new moon occurs after no moon. That is called Amavasya in Hindi. That means moon starts to gain power and energy, and understand that moon is directly related to our mindset, to our emotions. So when the new moon comes and moon starts to wax, that means our intellect, our power of understanding, our abilities to manifest are going to grow with it over a period of time. And exactly after 14 days, full moon occurs. So today's reading is for those 14 days from the new moon to the full moon, right? Now, this time in February, the new moon is happening in the sign of Aquarius. Now, what is Aquarius? Aquarius, now this is the Vedic astrology tarot deck. Now, Aquarius is a very, very eccentric, independent, scientific, and a very intellectual kind of energy. So when a new moon happens in the sign of Aquarius, these are the attributes, these are the things which will come onto the surface, which will come at the forefront, wherein people will dare to think different. If you're wanting to do something different in your life, which is away from your normal norm, which is not in keeping with what you normally do, then this is the time that you will do it, because Aquarius is something different. It's something which we have not tried before. It's because it's a sign which is ruled both by Saturn and by Rahu. It's the co-ruler of sign of Aquarius is Saturn and Rahu. And what is Rahu? Rahu is something different, something unexplored, something we do not know. So that's the kind of zing, that's the kind of curiosity that Rahu brings in the sign of Aquarius. And Saturn makes it still very efficient, helps in manifestation, because Saturn is a lighter energy in the sign of Aquarius than it is in the sign of Capricorn, because Aquarius is also the natural 11th house in the Kalpurush Kundali, and 11th house deals with manifestations, deals with our fulfillment of our desires, our accomplishments, our popularity, our passions. What is it that you want and desire gets fulfilled by the 11th house energies in your horoscope, in your chart. So it's a very beautiful place for full moon to occur, and it's the time frame when many things can happen. And also remember that Saturn is an air sign, and also the Aquarius is an air sign, so it becomes very flexible. It creates a lot of flexibility, it creates a lot of movement, it creates and it's since it's an air sign, it also creates a lot of intelligence. Your intellect will be at a very people will be able to think and do different things. And it is also a sign of mass movement, wherein things can happen at a larger scale. The canvas is very big on which Aquarius functions. So all your big corporates, all your NGOs, all your big large movement of people also is controlled by this sign of Aquarius, where the full moon is occurring. So, and another most interesting and important aspect of this full moon is that it's happening in the nakshatra of Dhanishta. Now, nakshatras are what rules all the zodiacs. Dhanishta starts in the zodiac of Capricorn and ends, the last degrees of the Dhanishta comes in the zodiac of Aquarius. Now, when Dhanishta means the beneficial one, the popular person, the wealthiest person. So that is the energy of this nakshatra as well, that it makes you wealthy, popular, and it is a very, very creative nakshatra because it is ruled by the sign of Damru, that is a drum. That means when this nakshatra is active, it creates a lot of creativity, dance, music, group events, large events in your life. So it could happen that you are attending a lot of maybe musical concerts, or maybe you're attending group events where there's a lot of music and dance happening. Or there could be people who want to learn dance and music during this time. If you want to do that, this is the time to begin. But if you want to, but it's a very uh, auspicious and a very positive kind of energy in Dhanishta Nakshatra. The only downfall of this nakshatra is that it's not that is not very good for beginning new relationships. Yeah, so that not maintaining, yeah, beginning new relationships is not considered to be very great for that. But otherwise, it's a very good nakshatra for if you want to start events, any kind of event that you want to do, large gatherings, something to do with music and dance, some place where more people are involved. It's a very good thing for that. So this energy works wonderfully in those areas of our lives. So overall, a very, very positive and a very interesting new moon energy we are walking into on 12th of February 2021. Now, let's see. But only one thing, the Aquarius sign is very intelligent, intellectual. It's very can think out of the box. All that is very, very great in Aquarius. But one thing people have to be a little bit cautious of is that you should not put your emotions on a backseat. You know, take care of your family, take care of your relationships, because Aquarius energy can forget about it. It is a possibility in Aquarius. They don't do it intentionally, but their head is simply up there in the clouds, right? So that can happen. So just be aware of that. Give enough time to your friends and family, and all will be well, right? Now let's start with our pick a card readings for this coming moon. I will just show you what the cards are. So as usual, there are 3 different groups. Group number 1, group number 2, group number 3. You can choose according to the numbers, or you can choose according to these fairies placed on it. It's a green colored fairy in group number 1, playing a harp. Group number 2 is this beautiful cherub holding a heart-shaped balloon. And group number 3 is this pink color fairy. She's got flowers and berries in her basket. So remember that this is a general reading. So only take what resonates. And if you want a personal consultation done, then my details are mentioned in the description below. Also, the timestamps for these 3 readings will be mentioned in the description below so that you can directly go to your timestamp. If you need more time, please pause the video. I'll begin with group number 1. So all those who have chosen group number 1 and this beautiful green fairy playing a harp, this is your reading. I'll place it here where she is visible. Yeah. Right. So I have already pre-shuffled the cards. So now let's begin with the reading. This is the Moonology deck. Let's see what the moon placement is doing for group number 1. New moon in Cancer. That's a very good start. You and your loved ones are safe. So you are beginning with new moon energy in Cancer. So it simply means now Cancer is a very emotional sign, and it's the home place for moon. Like it's the moon's own sign. Moon owns the sign of Cancer. So it's a place. This is a place where moon is most comfortable. It's at its best, and it's in its own home. So when new moon energies comes in the sign of Cancer, it simply says that maybe it's time for you to spend it with your loved ones, if you haven't been doing that, or you have to be careful, or more, or it is making you more aware of what is it that they want in what is it that you want in relationships, and what the relationships want from you. I simply see it as sign of growing EQ, that is emotional intelligence. So that's what happens in the sign of Cancer. It simply is a very beautiful, calming, nurturing energy. So it's either you who is nurturing things, or on the other side of the coin is that it's you are getting nurtured. So both ways it's true. Either you're either you're taking care of something, or you're being taken care of. But overall, a very calming energy, as I said, that's what Cancer brings with it. And also, in case you have not been spending enough time with your family, or with your loved ones, when this card comes, it's a sign that you should be doing that. They need your presence. They need you to be there with them. So that's what uh, this card suggests. Now let's see, this is the Spirit Animal Tarot deck, and you have drawn Eagle Spirit. Wow. Eagle Spirit. So this is the energy that you will be going through in this coming new moon. Sorry, just took a sip of water. Now, what does eagle, or what does this energy really mean? Whenever Eagle Spirit comes, it's about regality, it's about courage, it's about flying high, it's about trusting, it's about uh, you know uh, uh, being very confident, because eagle is that kind of a bird, that these are the qualities that eagle embodies. And also, on the other side, it's also it's a bird which mostly mates for life. It's a very loyal bird, loyal towards family, towards the children, and towards its spouse. So they don't go around changing their partners very often. And as long as their partner is alive, they are with their partner. So it's also a sign of loyalty when this card comes. And also, uh, it means that if there is a storm in your life, if things are not working out, then you have the ability to rise above it, because eagle can rise above the storms of life. They have that ability. They're that powerful. Their flight is that powerful. And even if, no matter how high they fly, they can always catch their smallest prey running on the ground, smallest mouse or lizard running on the ground. So you have the ability to pounce, you have the ability to catch the opportunity whenever this spirit becomes active. So that's what it's saying. You are not only flying high, but you're also not letting go your focus from your targets. Wow, what a beautiful magnetic spirit. Lovely. Now let's see what, um, I'll just keep them down so where you can see it. Yes, it's visible. Now these are the wisdom of the oracle cards. So let's see what they have in store for you, my dear group number one. Chop wood. Okay, so you have been, now these are the energies that you're going through as of now, as in when you're moving towards the new moon cycle. So chop wood is the time of doing your routine work, doing your day-to-day jobs, getting into the nitty-gritty of things. So doing what needs to be done, even though it could sound mundane or it could sound boring. But to give an exam, you have to sit and study, whether you enjoy it or not, but you have to put in those hours. If you want to build a house, you need to get the wood, you have to get the brick, you have to put all those small things in place. So when this card comes, chop wood, it means that's what you have been doing. You have been taking care of the details, though it's not a very it's not something which is very vibrant or something which is very out of the box, but it is something which is needed. It's a repeat work which is needed, because it's the small details which will make big changes in life. Big changes require small details. So these are those small details that you have been focused on when this card comes, be it in your personal life, or be it in your professional life, or be it in your career. Whichever way, you have been very focused on putting things in place. So that's what this card is saying. Now let's see, moving on. Wow. So you have been busy with the routine work, but now see what happens. It brings a changes in the wind. Now whatever things were stable, now this is the energy that you're moving towards. As I said, Aquarius is an energy of change. It's an energy of thinking out of the box. So I think something of that sort will happen. Things are going to shift. And also, when I see this card, you can see this on the zebra. You feel that it's a It's a small home that the zebra is carrying on his back. So whenever I see it, it always makes me feel that people are changing places, they're changing residence, changing cities, or simply changing jobs. So there is some form of change which is happening. It could be physical. Mostly the change is physical. It could be a change in your relationships also. A relationship which was very mundane and boring suddenly becomes exciting, or something which was too exciting becomes now settles down. So it could be anything. But whenever this card comes, it creates a kind of uncertainty. It creates a kind of, it has the energy of chaos, because you see the cow home is on the back of the zebra. It's not grounded. It's moving. So things are in the motion. As settled you were before this energy, before this, now you are equally unsettled. So yeah, for things to move, for things to change, for new things to come into our life, this energy is needed, which creates a little bit of chaos. So let's see what's happening after it creates the chaos. Now this is the energy of the what it's going to happen, right? Oh wow, my God, group number one, what is it with you? Something big shift is happening with this group for sure, because you've drawn the eagle spirit, and then you have drawn these cards of change, and now it says time to go. So you are leaving something behind. You are definitely leaving something behind, and or else you have finished a project and you're on, and the new one is about to begin. It's not yet begun, but you are at a stage where one phase, one project is over. You're done with it, or a relationship is over, or a phase of a relationship is over. Sometimes it also can come, say you're in courtship, you're and now it's time to get married, so next phase begins, but it's not begun yet, but that phase is around the corner. It could also come when you're changing jobs, or one project is getting over and you're starting a different project, a new one, and the old one is over. Now you're done with it. That phase of your life is over, right? So this is the energy. So this comes when, that's what it means, time to go. So amazing. So you have been busy doing your regular routine work with chop wood, then changes in the wind, things started to move. What was stagnant was shifting. Energy shift is happening, and when that energy shift is happening, you've decided it's time to go. By the time this full moon, new moon energy matures, that means it comes towards the full moon, you would have made those decisions that needs to be made for finishing whatever project you are in. And if it's dealing with something, it can also mean a relationship, as I said. That means one stage of that relationship is over, but in the middle there was some chaos, there was some movement, and things were shifting. Yeah, see where it resonates, in which part of your life it resonates with. It could resonate with every part of your life, but mostly it might just resonate with one part of it. So see where it fits in. Yeah, for each and every one of you. Now these two are the outcome cards. Now let's see. So when the change has happened and you have decided it's time to go, what's happening next? Wow. It says round and round. So when this card comes, this has a very cyclic nature, round and round. Things are going in circle. You can see things are going in circle. But when this card comes, it means that you might be revisiting the same person or same problem or a same profession, but you're revisiting it with more wisdom. You know what can go wrong, and you know what corrections you need to put in place to make it better, to break that cycle, to not fall into the same toxic patterns, or to not to make the same mistakes, be it in your relationships or be it in your professional life. Wherever it is, you some when it comes, it creates some sort of some feeling of knowingness. You have dealt with this kind of a person before, or you have dealt with this kind of a problem before, or profession before, but when you dealt with it for the first time, you didn't have you didn't have the experience which you have now. Amazing. So you're more wise, you're more knowledgeable, you're more intelligent about it. So when this card comes, that's what it means. It says the same things are repeating, but you do not need to repeat the same mistakes, because you know where the downfall is, and you can plug those loopholes, right? So that's what's happening. Something is getting over, something new is beginning, and you know now where to take it, how, and what to do to take it to the next level. Amazing. And what happens when you do that? You get the loyal heart. Oh my God, such a beautiful reading this has turned out to be. As I said, eagle spirit is about loyalty as well. You know, it creates loyalty because eagle as a bird is very loyal to its spouse and kids, to its family. And you have drawn loyal heart. You can see both these owls forming a heart. So you have the wisdom, and you have the you are attracting people who are committed to you. You're attracting situations which are committed, and you are in turn committed. Whether it's your work or it's your relationship, this card creates a lot of commitment, lot of loyalty, and when you're committed and you're loyal and you know you can trust people around you, it gives you a lot of peace, and it creates a lot of scope for growth and abundance. So that is what is happening with you, my dear group number one. It's you are doing what you're meant to be doing. That's what it means. Whatever shifts or changes are going to occur for you in this whatever new changes and shifts this new moon energy in Aquarius is bringing into your life, though it might seem unsettled and chaotic and difficult in the beginning, but eventually what it'll give you is could be your life purpose, because this is the loyal heart. Yeah, it can give you a life purpose, but it will give you a lot of strength, and you will feel very blissful and at peace, and it will eventually create a lot of abundance and new opportunities in your life. Amazing. So good luck to you, my dear group number one. I hope the reading resonated. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. And I would love to see your comments in the, I'd love to hear from you. So remember to comment, right? Thank you for your time. Now let's move on to pile number two. So all those who have chosen this beautiful little cherub, this is your reading. This is group number two. I'll place it here where you can see it. All right. So this is the Moonology deck. So let's see what the Moonology deck has to say. Oh, wow. It says expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. Need we go further? I think whatever it is that you want to do, accomplish, or you have a to-do list, or you want to, or you want to finish your tasks, this one card is saying it will be done, because it's the card which shouts and says yes. Yes, things are coming into your favor, coming into alignment, and you will be able to accomplish that what you want to accomplish. Wow. This is a lovely way to begin a reading, I feel. So and just the fun part about this this card is it's not just new moon. New moon by itself means things are moving towards a positive direction, but it is also an eclipse, you see. So when the eclipse comes, it's an unknown, uncharted waters. You can expect the unexpected. You can see things could be a little chaotic. Things you decide to go a certain way, but the universe have other plans. You wanted to go, you want to start with a new job, but universe has other plans. It wants you to be an entrepreneur. So those opportunities will be presented to you by whichever way universe sees fit. So this is the kind of unknown chaotic phase which also comes with this new moon eclipse, which adds more spice to it. I feel it adds more spice to the new moon, makes it more interesting and entertaining. Now let's see what other cards are saying. So overall, a very, very positive and a very, very powerful beginning. Things will happen for the best, and it will go the way it is meant to go. This is the Animal Spirit Tarot deck, and you have drawn the Dove Spirit. Wow. So basically, Dove Spirit is asking you to be at peace, be harmonious, trust, and don't be too agitated when things are not going your way, because Dove represents peace. It represents harmony. So that is what you need to inculcate in you. That's what you need to find. Your peace. Be meditative, be peaceful. Don't get too agitated. Don't get confused by the chaos or confusion around you, which this new moon eclipse can bring in. As I said, it can bring in, that's the spice with this eclipse with the new moon has. But whatever it brings in, it is eventually and ultimately for the best. Remember that, and always, and do remember the energy of the dove spirit while you are going through this new moon energy, my dear group number 2. Now let's see what the wisdom of the oracle has to say. Now, these are the energies you are going through as of now. You're bringing in towards the new moon. So what you're bringing in is a lot of flexibility, which is a good thing. So things you understand are not set in stone, and you need to be flexible. You need to be able to move around, difficult situations or difficult people. And it always is beneficial to be more compassionate and be more understanding. So that's what this flexibility brings with it. You can see how flexible this woman is, and she's doing this yoga posture standing on the egg. You need to be very agile. You have been very agile, adjusting, and very understanding of the situations that you have been, be it on a personal front in your relationships. This calls for a lot of, you and your partner, or mostly you, have been very flexible and understanding about things. And even in your work, even in your finances, you have been flexible in how to invest, what to do. You have known how to move around difficult situations, is what this card means whenever it comes, that you've been flexible. It's a very intelligent and a very agile way of doing things. Very witty, intelligent, very intuitive. Yeah. So this is the energy, my dear group number 2, you're bringing into the new moon. Now let's see what's happening. Wow. Exchanging gifts. So your flexibility is paying off. So whenever this card comes of exchanging gifts, it's simply talking about giving and receiving. You should not just only be giving and not receiving, because that creates an imbalance, and the other side of the story also creates an imbalance. So whenever this card comes, that means you are at a place in your life where your skill sets, your understanding, your learning about things that you are involved in is at its height. You are able to give to the people or give to the universe, and you should be there to accept the return gift as well, right? Be it your relationship, be it your work environment, you are at a place where beautiful things are happening around you. You are at the place where you're giving and you're also receiving. And if you're not receiving, please start doing it, because that creates the balance, because balance is very important whenever this card comes of exchanging gifts, right? Now let's see what is finally you're moving towards when the new moon is moving towards the full moon. Oh, wow. It says to be fair. So I think this is more like a Libran energy, or the Justice card in the tarot deck. You see, she's also looking at the balances. This woman, if you can see, there are the two balances, things she's trying to balance out things. So that is the theme of this card, that you want to there has to be no excess, and you want to stay in the state of harmony and stay in the state of balance. That means giving and receiving has to be in harmony. It has to be equal. So that's what this card means. It creates equal opportunities for you and people around you. You are able to create equal opportunities. You are able to see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and figure out how to balance everything. So it's a very wise energy, I would say, to be fair. And you want to do the right thing when this card comes. It means that it simply means that you're at a place in your life wherein you're not into any kind of excessive things, whether it's your emotions or it's your work or it's your spendings. You are able to control those excessive impulses, and you're able to balance your life around. So that's a That's, as I said, that's a very wise thing to do, and that's a very intelligent thing to be doing. Lovely, my dear group number 2. So now let's see what happens when you are in this exchanging gifts and gifts stage, and you're being very fair and flexible during this new moon energy. Oh, wow. It says message in a bottle. So if you have been expecting some news or some important information, could be an email for work, or could be a message or a go ahead, or even a reply from a loved one, it's saying you're going to get it. Suddenly, out of nowhere, you're going to get it, because there is a message in this bottle that is coming towards you. Can you see? This message is coming towards you. So you are getting the information that you need to progress in your life. It could be on a personal space, or it could be on a professional space. But this information, this knowledge, this message, this letter, this email, whichever form it takes, a phone call, it is on its way to you. So if you have been waiting for an important communication, that communication, my dear group number 2, is coming your way, because you've been very, very fair, and you are very flexible, and you're doing the right thing. So all your good karma is going to pay off, and you're going to get the message or the information that you require to move forward. So what happens when this message comes? Let's see the last card. Oh, wow. To the sea. It says to the sea. This basically beautifully resonates with the dove spirit. It says going with the flow. You know, having no chaos, having no confusion, having no agitation or anxiety in your life, having the belief and the trust that things which are meant to be will happen, and everything will fall in place. So when you are at this stage, when you incorporate the learnings of the dove spirit about peace and harmony, then doors of beautiful abundance, opportunity and prosperity open themselves for you, because you are at peace, you are at calm. So that is what this card is saying, and both the cards are actually saying the same thing. So whatever chaos, whatever confusion or anxiety is there, you have to let go of that. Once you let go of that, you will be like going with the flow, not getting attached to the results. That's the message. Do not be attached to the results, and you will get the results that you want. It's such a beautiful thing to happen, right? Once we lose our attachment to the results, what we want or desire happens. So amazing. Universe works in mysterious ways. But overall, a very good new moon energy for you, my dear group number 2. I hope the reading resonated. Do let me know in the comment sections, and remember to like, share and subscribe to my channel. Now let's move on to the last group of the day, group number 3. All those who have chosen group number 3 with this beautiful pink fairy having berries and flowers in the basket, this is your reading. I'll keep it here where you can see her. Yeah. So let's see how your reading is going to be, because the other 2 readings of group 1 and group 2 were very positive. I hope the same is true for group 3 as well. So let's begin. Now this is the Moonology Tarot deck. Now let's see what it says. Okay. It says the end of tough cycle approaches. Full moon in Capricorn. This is very interesting. So it could be that you have been facing obstacles, problems, issues in mostly this, since it's a Capricorn energy, it deals with work, but it could also be in relationship. When this comes, it could signify that you need to create a work-life balance if you have not been doing it. But as far as work is concerned, it could mean that you have been facing problems, you have been facing issues in work. And when this card comes, it could mean that maybe it's time to end that cycle, or to find a different job, or ask yourself, how ambitious are you? How much work are you ready to put in to finish what you have started? Right? And when it comes, this comes, it also means that you need to have a plan. The plan has to be in place. You cannot feel bogged down by the problems. You should not be feeling hopeless. And if that happens, start putting things on paper, start planning, because Capricorn is the best planner in the zodiac. You need to plan, and then you need to focusing your energies on getting the jobs done. Yeah, so that's what it means when full moon in Capricorn occurs. That's what it's asking us and telling us to do. Now let's see what the this is the animal spirit tarot deck. Let's see which animal spirit you've drawn. It is the spider spirit. Wow. So it means it's this this card simply talks about trust and having faith, because you just need to have the right intention and start with one thread. And you see, with one thread, the spider creates the entire web, which is very strong and powerful. With these little tiny little threads can hold on to very heavy insects. So with one small move, so much can be accomplished when this card, this is what is the meaning of the spirit. And it is also the card of heightened creativity, because it's weaving the web, it's creating a different thing, it's making a home, it's being very it's a very strongly imaginative card as well. Those are the strengths of this spirit. So you are at a place, or you need to use your creativity, you need to be confident, and you need to be focused. That is the suggestion or the guidance which this card is giving us. So you need to be possibly be creative in getting the job done with the full moon in Capricorn card. Yeah, so see what resonates. But it's the spider spirit is, those spiders are very strong, but they are very powerful. Yeah, so it is also written here, make your dreams real. Right, it's written there, make your dreams real. That's the power of the spirit. It can manifest the dreams, it can bring them into reality, and that is also the power of the Capricorn spirit. Wow. Now let's see what the wisdom of the oracle deck has in store for us. So this is the first card. Okay, it has come upside down and it says, not for you. Okay, so this is something which is resonating with the end of the tough cycle, with the full moon in Capricorn card. It's like talking about maybe you are stuck on things. Just a second. My throat is feeling a little dry, so I took a sip of water. Yeah. So if you're stuck on things which seems impossible, it looks impossible because it is impossible. Maybe it is not for you. Maybe you need to move on. You need to let go of certain things in your life so that new doors of opportunities can open for you. Yeah, so that is what this card means when it comes upside down, that you just need to put an end to things which are not in your favor, which are not helping you grow, which have become toxic, or maybe you've become too dependent on them. Maybe sometimes we fall in love with our problems, and we don't know if it is not there what we are going to do. It could happen in our relationships, it could happen in our work environment. We start feeding on the toxicity. And that is what this card is saying. You have to stop. You have to move on. You have to end it. You have to close that door because it is not for you. So this is the energy you are walking in while this new moon is coming in the sign of Capricorn. So now let's see what energy you're walking towards. Beautiful. Very beautiful and calming. It says, imagine. So when this card comes, it simply means that if you can imagine it, if you can think it, then you can do it in any area of your life. So basically when this card comes, I suggest that people should make a vision board. You need to have a visual representation of what is it that you want in your life, or how you want your life to be. And that's when the manifestation journey will begin for you, and it will happen as if it's by magic. You understand what a vision board is, right? Wherein you take a board, or you take a huge a big piece of paper and start Say if you want what kind of a job that you want, you start putting photographs of those things, so you create a visual memory or visual representation of what you desire. If you want a relationship, you start putting on picture of a couple in a good relationship. Yeah, if you want a big house, you put a photograph of the house. You want a big car, you put the photograph of the car that you desire. So you can create different vision boards for different desires. You can create a vision board for your personal life. You can create a vision board for your professional life. You can just create a vision board for your spiritual progress. Whichever area of your life you want to work on, you can create that board, and that will help you manifest. It's one of the ways. Or you can just imagine it. As the card says, all you need to do is to have clarity about in your desires. Sometimes we are very muddled. We are not clear about what we want. And when we are not clear about what we want, how can universe deliver it to us? It becomes impossible. We become our own worst enemy. We become our own roadblock. So just get out of your way. Have clarity in your intentions, have clarity in your imagination, so that the spider spirit helps you weave the web that you want to weave. Because this is a highly creative energy, and so is this, right? So what you can create is what you can get. So you have to begin creating. You have to use this energy of the new moon in being focused on your intentions, right? That is it. That's the energy you're walking towards in this new moon. And what's happening then? To the sea. Wow, this card also came for group number 2. So when this comes, it means just go with the flow. You are at the right place at the right time in the right moment. You have reached the space. You are at a place where universe is just giving you the abundance and the prosperity and the things that you desire. The only thing that you need to do is to be at peace, is to believe, is to trust. So if you can do that, then you'll be a magnet which is attracting all the things that you want in your life. So that's so beautiful. First, you have to imagine what you want, and then you have to trust the universe to give it to you. Amazing. So imagine and have faith. Now, what is the final outcome going to be of all this? Yin, again, very, very creative energies that you guys have, my dear group number 3. I believe you are creative and you are intuitive and you guys are very psychic as well, all those who have chosen this group, because you see, this is the yin energy. This is the energy of the divine feminine. This is energy of receptivity, of accepting, of waiting, of letting things come your way. So it is in keeping with this power of to the sea, wherein you're just going with the flow. And that is what this divine feminine also does. It receives, it let things come its way. There has to be no agitation. There has to be no chaos. There has to be no anxiety. Just the belief that you're on the right track and right things will come your way, and you have to trust the universe to deliver it to you. And when the time is right, it will happen. But before all that to happen, you have to end something which is not going right in your life, be it in a professional space or be it in your relationship area. Those energies have to be shut off or cut off, so that you are free to imagine the life that you want to lead, so that the universe starts giving it to you and you start receiving it. Wow, it's such a story which is getting formed here. Now let's see the last card of the outcome. Wow, Yang. So you have the both divine feminine, and you have the both and divine masculine. So after you have received everything, after things are in proper motion and things are in keeping with the universal energies, that's when the time of action will come. That's when you will have to stand up and take charge. You move forward with force and vigor, and you start doing what needs to be done. And also I feel, since both yin and yang are here, that many of those who have drawn this, taken this pile, might also be in a relationship or find a person they need to be with, who is their divine counterpart, who is maybe their soulmate. But this is a very beautiful relationship, harmonious relationship, because yin and yang are both complementing each other, they reciprocate each other, and they balance each other. And this also means that as a person, you are becoming very balanced. Your masculine and feminine side is becoming very balanced with this new moon energy. And this all starts with you letting go of that what is not working. Remember that. This is the key. From here, your journey begins. Wow. Beautiful. I hope the reading resonated, my dear group number 3. This is it for you today. Do let me know in the comment sections. And remember to like, share, and subscribe to my channel. Thank you for your time. Good luck to you. And bye for now.